What's up, guys? Nah, let me stop. What's up? We are back with another reaction video. I'm sorry I haven't been recording as much as I normally do today. I went swimming with a bunch of black people. No, I went swimming and I was there from 3 to whatever. What, 3 to 6? Hey, lady. Hey. So yeah, we're gonna watch top 10 best inventions of all time. I low-key almost said biggest.
Hello, you most beautiful and most amazing top tenors of glory. How are you feeling today? I hope you're feeling fantastic. I'm Rebecca.
An energetic ass redhead.
Felgate, and
That's a good thing.
today I want to do an unofficial sequel to a video I did a few months back called Inventions That Changed the World. Now you can check that out right over here. Now this video highlighted some of the inventions that changed the world as we know it. As a follow-up, I wanted to talk about the best inventions ever. So they didn't necessarily...
I'm not sure if my brain doesn't work, but I think she wore the same clothes as she did in the other video. If she did, they probably recorded on the same day.
change the world on a high impactive level, but they did make it a better place to live in. So let's do this. In at number 10, we have video games. In October 1958, physicist William Higginbotham created a...
That BMO? Like right there by her left, right, whatever hand. Big ass TV. Nintendo 64. Sega Genesis. They even got a Dreamcast. Oh my god.
tennis-style video game. Now this was thought to be the first video game ever made. Called Tennis for Two, it was a bit like Pong. It was pretty basic, but pretty incredible, as this is thought to be the spark that started the everlasting flame of video gaming. Later in 1962, MIT programmers wrote Space War. Now this was a time when computers were still kind of scarce, but by the middle of the decade, Space War could be found on nearly every research computer in the Western world. By the time Pac-Man came out in 1980, it was a slippery slope to awesomeness. Where do we go from video games? Tampons. That's where. In at number 9, we have tampons. Listen, honeys, fact of life, us ladies bleed when we reach a certain age, and we just keep on bleeding every month for like 40 years. To say this is a touch inconvenient is an understatement. Now, I don't want to get too graphic on you, but before the invention of disposable sanitary products, women had to use rags, sheep's wool, or even grass in their underwear to stem the flow of blood. After that, they had to use these huge washable pants that looked like boisterous adult nappies. Then they had to be rinsed after use, which, you know, not really ideal. So Tampax was patented in 1933, and this was the first commercial tampon. This helped women live their lives normally without having to worry too much about what their vaginas were up to while they have other things to get going on with. How do we deal with periods and the awkward parts of life in general? Well, the next thing on the list certainly helps. In at number 8, we have alcohol. Hurrah for responsible consumption of wine and beer and vodka. So the process of fermenting fruits to make alcohol has been happening for thousands of years. Even the ancient Greeks and Romans worshipped the wine gods and goddesses, and I feel them because Bacchus is a...
That's why they always half naked. They always drinking. They ain't never sober. Wish I lived bad, never mind.
Babe, if we're talking dates, we know that alcohol existed as early as 7000 BC. Now, in Europe during the Middle Ages, beer was an everyday drink for all classes and ages of people.
Why can't it be it? No, I really don't like beer. Beer is nasty. I like vodka, Syrah, tequila, whiskey. That's about it.
Now, Wikipedia tells me that nuns were allowed to drink 6 pints of ale each day, so they must have literally been lolling and rolling around like nobody's business. Go get it, nuns. So what could be next in our fun journey of excellent inventions that make life feel like a babe? Well, I can tell you, it's air conditioning. It's actually kind of hot under these lights right now, so I could use some aircon. Sure, it may not sound as glamorous as video games, wine, and tampons, but imagine life without aircon. Like Dubai, for example. It pretty much wouldn't exist, and I doubt anyone could stand withstand a Texan summer. When life gets hot and sticky in that chaotic outdoor furnace, you can always step inside for that icy blast of glorious aircon, allowing you to think, breathe, and function. So there was a lot of dabbling in aircon before it was officially invented in 1902 by Willis Carrier in Buffalo, New York, but it is Carrier who holds the historic title. Hurrah! So when the aircon breaks, you'll be thankful for the next thing on the list. In at number 6, we have deodorant. Smelly pits be gone, a honey is deodorized. Can you imagine what the world smelled like before deodorant, especially on a hot day when people bathed like once a year? Woo! Perfume has been going on for millennia, but deodorant only started happening in the late 1800s. Now, the first trademark deodorant was good old Mum, which came out in 1888. Now, Mum was a delightful paste applied to the armpits, and this was quickly followed by the brand Everdry, which produced the first effective antiperspirant. So moving away from personal hygiene, up a little bit into the brain, then out again. In at number 5, we have the calculator. So I think it's really important that we use mental arithmetic where possible, and that it should still very much be a teachable skill. However, if you need to do some long math or some mental arithmetic on the fly, then a calculator just makes life so much easier. Now, the calculator was developed from the concept of the ancient abacus. Now, the first pocket-sized calculators were created in the 1970s by Intel. Anyone remember those really pimping calculators that you needed for school with like all of the functions that you never really used? There was like sine, cos, and tan, and they looked like actual bricks. Wowzers. So from calcs to cleaners, in at number 4, we have the vacuum cleaner. Dust everywhere. Ooh. So remember when people had to sweep, like had that as their only option? Now, I for one love a good sweep because I feel like it's a bit of an achievement, plus I can pretend to be Belle from Beauty and the Beast. But how blooming useful is a vacuum cleaner? Got a pile of dust? Literally, no problem. Got things hiding in the carpet? Crack your Dyson out. Now, the first motorized vacuum cleaner was invented by Hubert Cecil Booth of England in 1901. Now, this was quickly developed upon by Hoover, an American vacuum cleaner company. From sucking to licking, in at number 3, we have ice cream. Whilst not fundamental to the foundations of society, can you imagine a world without ice cream? A world without a 99, without a Mr. Whippy, without a soft serve sent from actual heaven? Now, there's a place where I live in Toronto called Sweet Jesus that sells the best ice cream ever. If you don't believe me, Google it, because wow. So an ice cream like food was first eaten in China in around 600 AD, but it didn't enter the mainstream until the 18th century. So at number 2 of the best inventions ever is moving picture. So that thing you're watching right now, moving picture. No, I'm not actually a tiny little flame girl living in your screen. I'm a video playing right at you. You can also pause and speed me up should you so wish. Give it a go. It's always fun. Now, the moving picture transformed public amusement from its conception in the 1890s. Back then, motion pictures were black and white and very short. Now, it wasn't until around 1927 that we were able to add sound to the experience. This absolutely revolutionized people's free time, and a trip to the cinema was a great way to entertain the masses. Now, color pictures started to become popular following The Wizard of Oz in 1939, and from then on, television sets became popular. Then even later, people started watching moving pictures on their computers, and later their mobile devices. What is next for moving picture? I'm really excited. Okay, honey, so we have reached that all-important moment in our most amazing top 10 best inventions ever. Again, these things aren't things that have like changed the world. We have a separate list for that. These are just things that have made living life way more convenient and just blooming great. And what could be greater than our number 1? It's Lego. Guys, Lego. Lego just makes life a whole lot better. Now, the earlier conception for Lego was invented by Ole Kirk Christiansen in Billund, Denmark in 1932. Now, Lego means to play well, and by 1947, Lego was using plastic bricks, and 2 years later, they were using the interlocking plastic bricks that we know now. The Lego Group motto established by Ole is "Only the best is the best." Now, this is still used today. Lego has been used on the International Space Station by NASA and by many happy small kids and big kids across the whole wide world. These days, Lego has collaborated with many brands to make our building and playing dreams come true. For example, you can build the Star Wars Millennium Falcon out of Lego, which is awesome. Now, in February 2015, Lego replaced Ferrari as Brand Finance's world's most powerful brand. And I think part of the reason why that is because it's so awesome and it is liked by all ages and all genders. So, hurrah for Lego. So that was the top 10 best inventions ever. Did I leave anything out? I, for one, do think that cheese and chocolate need a place on this list, so maybe a part 2.
Chocolate is number 1. chocolate bitches. Oh my god. But like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do, just do the 2. I held up 3, but y'all ain't see it. Yeah, this should be a very, very, very shortly. Have a good one. And hasta vista, baby. I'll be back. God damn it, I missed this shit.